Welcome to the Wendy Sashimi channel, where I keep it raw and real. In this video, I'll go over my morning routine and how I stay disciplined as a fun employed person pursuing content creation. Wow. I said that. I think this is the first time I've ever said that. I think working in corporate and being influenced by society and outside voices, it's constant judgment. And so after 5 months of quitting my job at Google, I've finally blocked out the noise through meditation and yoga. And I feel like I'm ready to put a lot more into this. So, number one, staying consistent. Number two, right now, is to show you my morning routine. So if you have any feedback, happy to listen. But as a Virgo moon and a Virgo sun, I value structure. So I hope this video helps you in whatever you're doing, not only content creation, but work or life in general. But yeah, let's see. Check it out. I recently listened to a Jay Shetty podcast episode on the 6-step science-backed morning reset that boosts focus, lowers stress, and improves your mood all day. I've already been doing most of these, but it's interesting to understand more of it scientifically that I won't explain too much here because I forgot some of it. But one of the first things I do when I wake up is to journal. Gratitude is the attitude. So I journal what I'm grateful for, what's the single most important thing I need to accomplish today, and what's the one thought or worry I need to get out of my head. I think that's super important because for me, and I know a lot of other folks, often worry about the million things that we need to do in the day. So super helpful to just write that down and get focused on that. This is actually the number one thing I want to cut out of my morning routine, which is to do not check your phone within the first hour of waking up. Your brain is highly programmable, in a highly programmable state when waking up. It's very receptive to outside noise. So imagine going on Instagram, looking at everyone else's priorities, what other people are doing with their lives, and then being influenced by that, or like not being influenced, being uninspired and comparing yourself. It's actually really toxic and not productive. So this is the one main thing I like to cut out of my morning routine. In the mornings, I have a very easy breakfast. I keep it very simple with 1 boiled egg, a blueberry toast from Trader Joe's with some light butter, and some green juice. So, see me make it.
No, we hand it over. We pick up our phone, we scroll through someone else's priorities, someone else's outrage, someone else's curated highlight reel. And we wonder why we feel behind.
Timer on 5 minutes, please.
Sure, 5 minutes. And we're starting now.
Step number 2. Now you want sunlight in your eyes, the free drug. This might be the single most impactful thing on the entire list, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking up, get outside and expose your eyes to natural sunlight for 10 to 20 minutes. Now I know that sounds like a long time. You could have glial cells or iPRGCs, if that makes it any easier, that have almost nothing to do with vision. Their job is to detect ambient light and send timing signals directly to the part of the brain that's the master clock I mentioned earlier. That signal does several things simultaneously. First, it triggers a healthy pulse of cortisol. Now, before you panic, cortisol gets a bad reputation as the stress hormone. But the morning cortisol awakening response is not the same thing as chronic stress cortisol. Research published in multiple peer-reviewed journals shows that this natural morning surge, which peaks about 30 to 45 minutes after waking, promotes alertness, supports immune function, and sets the emotional baseline for your entire day. About 77% of healthy people, that's the unit of light intensity than any indoor light provides. If it's pitch dark when you wake up, use a 10,000 lux light therapy lamp positioned at eye level for 20 to 30 minutes.
I typically have pretty smelly armpits. Contrary to what people tell you of Asian armpits, I have Southeast Asian armpits, which are, I'm generalizing, but I think a little stinkier for me. So I use men's deodorant, Gillette. It does the job. It does the job for the most part, but even like kind of if I'm working out a lot, then I have to reapply. So I don't believe those 48 hour, 72 hour protection. I get pretty stinky. And I've been switching it up a bit. I've been using more products from Youth to the People because it's vegan and it feels like it's better for my skin. I like more natural things. Honestly, I actually only used to put sunscreen on, like sunscreen lotion. But I feel like my face needs a little more since being in my mid-30s. So I put a very light fixture of this on. Actually, first I put Peptides plus C Energy Eye Concentrate. Brighten, smooth, depuffs right under on my eye bags. A little bit there, a little bit there. Also, I'm not a beauty person. I'm more like someone who's just trying to do better with my health. My skin, my body, what I eat. Okay. See? Looks a lot brighter. Then I'll let that sit for like 10 minutes or so, 15 before I put on any. And then I'll put a bit of the Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream, Kale Spinach Hyaluronic Acid. Apply to face, and I usually do it in a day. I use the other thing for night. So I put, because my face is actually, every face is different. Everyone has different skin and genetics. My face has been a bit drier lately, maybe because it's spring. But my face also produces quite a bit of oil. Not super oily, but I try not to put too much. Just enough to moisturize. And I feel like people often avoid their neck. My mom taught me that this is one of the first things that starts to sag. So sad. So yeah, she told me to push it. It's funny. I'm starting to do these things at 36 because Asian usually don't raisin, but Asian do raisin at a certain age. But yeah, my skin's been pretty good for the most part. And then I'll put light Aquaphor on my lips. Let me know if y'all use something different. My lips tend to get pretty chapped, and I try to stay hydrated. So. Boop, boop, boop. Then I use Nivea Skin Firming Hydration Lotion all over my body, especially on my tatty tats. But yeah, I usually lotion my whole body, so I'm gonna take my bra off, which you won't see, and lotion. Yes, you should lotion your titties, stomach, back, however, wherever you can reach. I usually didn't do that, but I was like, dude, that's still your skin. You don't have to only protect the things that are exposed to the sun. Can't forget about the most important part for your skin, especially your face. Use to the People's Use Screen Sunscreen 60 SPF. It's kind of cute. She's really cute. Look at that. Boop. Boop. I'll put a bit more on than that, but boop, boop, boop. Whatever. Rub that in. Rub that all over. I feel like walking provides clarity. I often don't bring my phone while I walk either, or digital devices, but in this case, it's necessary because this is part of my morning routine. And like you heard Jay Shetty, one of the most important things is to get direct sunlight, that vitamin D if you can, or just go outside and get some air. Yeah. The number 6 one was actually an alarm of telling you yourself to get up, but I don't wake up on alarm, so I didn't like that one. So you can watch the podcast episode for the 6 steps, but in this video, I just included 5 steps. Anyway, do some yoga, get your hottie on, yeah. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Peace easies, Wendy Sashimi.